the first lesson, rock and minerals, it is over. Today we should start the new lesson, states of matter. So here, states of matter, in that we have learned what is the word matter. Now, to study about what is matter, we have studied about living and non-living things. So here, we shall now give some examples of matter. Examples of matter. They are living and non-living things. Living things and non-living things are example for matter. Now, living things. You can give example of living things. Now I have brought some of the articles of this one. So just by looking at this one, you will say this is peacock. Peacock is our national bird. So beautifully it has been done by our drawing sir. This is our national bird. And the second example that I am going to show you is the example of picture of elephant. Picture of elephant. Elephant is the state animal of Karnataka. And here I have got some plastic flowers. So this I am going to use as example of living things, that is plants. So here, when we are going to consider living things, animals, birds, plants, including human beings. They are all called living things, and example for matter. When we are going to consider non-living things, so many non-living things, you can give the example: air, water, stone, table, like that. So many things we can give example. So stone, and this is the box, and I have brought some colored liquid, water, and this what we are using as the for keeping on the book, paper weight, and all these things what I have shown, and the textbook of your class is also an example of non-living object. The table, and here the stick, pen, scale. If you go on listing, we are going to get so many non-living objects. But when we are going to consider all these things, what do we say? They are all matter. When I am going to draw this picture, then you will be able to say, what is this? This is the way we are going to indicate the sun. And the next one, how do we draw? This is moon. And the next one, we can draw a picture of stars, like that. The whole universe, when we are going to consider, it is called as matter. So here, you should not hesitate to give the example for matter. If you are going to write your name, it is a matter. Your book, your pen, pencil, sun, moon, star, air, water, everything it is called as matter. after getting what is matter, the picture of what we have got, matter, all these things, the next thing that we have to go for is what is matter made up of. So here, when we consider what is matter made up of, for that I am going to take this piece of chalk, not other things. These things, now we can't make that into pieces easily. I can make this into piece. If you go on making that into number of pieces, then what we get is a very small piece, that is the powder. So I am going to show you the powder of this one, the smallest thing. So this is the smallest one that I can see through my naked eye. Then in the same way, what is matter made up of? To show that one or to know that one, if you go on making pieces into pieces into pieces, smallest piece, then we will come to the very smallest particle. And that smallest particle, what all this matter consists of, that is called as the atom. So what do we name it? It is called as atom. Matter is made up of, what we are going to call atom. Now what is the meaning of atom? The meaning of word atom, it is indivisible. Then who gave this one? This word atom given for the smallest particle by the scientist John Dalton. So he gave the word what it is atom for the smallest particle of matter. Now what is atom? So we say it is the smallest particle of any matter. Then when we have to make this smallest part visible, how many atoms we have to take? More than, if you are going to take 1 lakh of atoms together, grouped together, then it will be visible for us. Otherwise, we cannot see the particle of an atom. Then the next thing that we are going to consider is molecule. So here, for the molecule, what we have to do is, we have to take number of atoms. So atoms, what we have to do? 1 or, it is not 1, but we have to take 2 or more than 2. What we have to take? Atoms of the same kind or of different kind. Bound together is called molecule. And when we consider the molecule may be of 2 types. What is? Containing of the same kind. When a molecule contains atoms of the same kind, then it is called as an element. So what will it contain? Atoms or molecules of the same kind. Molecules of same kind it will contain. Then if they are different, called as the compound. What is compound? Compound is the substance, chemical substance, what it will contain atoms and molecules of different kind. Then it is called as the compound. So example for atom or example for atoms and molecules of the same kind, that is element. Iron that we are going to use very commonly in our daily life, gold you know, silver you know, hydrogen you know, oxygen, they are all called as elements. Why? They contain the atoms of the same kind or molecules of the same kind. But when we are going to consider the compounds will contain molecules, the molecules of different kind. So here the simple example for the compound is the water that we are going to drink every day. So this water is an example for the compound. So what we write water? That we are going to write by using the symbol H2O, and you are familiar with this word H2O. And what is this H? H is hydrogen. Hydrogen is an element. What is O? It is oxygen. Oxygen is also an element. In that way, when we consider the matter, matter is made up of atoms, and again that we are going to divide into two categories. First one is element, second one is a compound. Element will be made up of atoms of the same kind or molecules of the same kind. Then compound, it contains different kind. When we are going to consider the molecule will have all the properties of that element or that compound. That means if you take one molecule of iron, it will have all the properties of iron. If you take one molecule of water, it will have all the properties of that water. In that way, we consider matter. Then the next thing, we have to go for the definition of matter. So now we have to consider what is matter. To consider what is matter, we have to write the definition of matter. So here, what is matter? The definition for that one is matter, it is anything. So what we are using the word anything. We can say whatever it is, whether it is animal, whether it is bird, whether it is a stone, whether it is water, whether it is soil, whether it is sun, whether it is moon, whether it is star, whatever it is, what it should have is anything that what it has to do, occupies space and has mass. So this is called as the matter. What are the two things matter should have? First one is it should occupy the space, and the second thing, it should have the mass. That is the next thing. So here, how to say that it occupies the space? For that one simple thing that we can do. So here, just you look at this one, what I am doing. Now what is there in this one? This is completely filled with the orange colored chemical. Now this beaker is completely filled. What I am going to put here? this is the stone. I'm going to put inside it. Then what do you observe? You observe that some amount of this orange color liquid is going to spill out. Why it is going to spill out? The reason for the one is when this beaker is completely filled with the chemical liquid, when we are going to put the stone inside it, this stone is going to occupy some space. Because of that one, some amount of water is going to get spilled. So here we are going to see the amount of liquid coming out. By this one, we will come to say that the matter occupies space, and the next one that we are going to consider is this example. So this is box where we are going to use to keep the piece of chalk in that one. We say it as chalk box. So what I am doing, I am going to keep the chalks inside the box. See here, when I am going to keep only this and close the lid, comfortably I can close the lid. But when I go on putting the chalks inside it, more number of chalks and more number of chalks I am going to add and put it. What happens to this? I can't close the lid. Why? The place inside this, it is completely occupied by the substance, and here this is more than that. Therefore, I can't close the lid completely. By these two examples, we can say that matter occupies the space. And the next thing, we have to say matter has mass. So for that one, just if I am going to hold it, easily I can hold it on my hand. Now the next thing, this is the picture of elephant. Because this is only the drawing, I can hold it like this and show it. If this is the real elephant, is it possible for me to hold like this? No, it is not possible. Why? The same answer is, it has got the mass. And when we are going to consider the human beings, we go on weighing on the weight. So weight and different mass, we use different terms, but for you, that is that we can consider as one the same. So here mass goes on increasing and it changes from subject, that is matter to matter, object to object. One will be having lesser mass, the other one will be having more mass. So here when I am going to consider the picture of the sun, I can hold it on my hand, but the real sun, we can't do that. It is very big in size, it has got more mass. In that way, when we consider any of the subject or any of the things, what we are going to consider, living things or the non-living things, what they are going to do, they are going to occupy the space and has mass. So here, when we consider the matter, we use the same word for all the things. It is called as matter. But what they are made up of? They are made up of atoms and they are made up of molecules. And what is the other property they have got? They can occupy the space and they have got the mass. But how can we say it is matter? Because of that, we have to study about the next thing that is called as the states of matter. That means they are made of the same atom and molecule. They have got the same property. But when we look at them, do you say this thing or this one or this green color chemical or the orange color chemical, the glass, they are all one and the same. We can't say why to our naked eye they are going to appear different. Because of that, we have to study about the different states of matter. Why they are going to appear in different forms that we can say. So here in the next class we can study about the different forms or the states of matter, that is solids, liquids and gases. Okay, thank you children.